Hello and welcome to Cutting Room Digital Designs. I'm Mrs. D and today we are going to make our chef's hat gift card holder. This is a really easy project. It comes together super quickly. I'm very excited to share this with you. And we actually have two different versions of this. We have the standard one, and then we also have this one with the little hearts on it. And this is more of a kind of a Valentine's themed, romantic, a little bit flirty version of the project. So we'll talk a little bit more about this later on, but the construction on these is entirely identical. There's just one extra little decorative panel that gives you that contrasting color in the heart. So I'll point that out when we get to that point. But other than that, this is a really easy project. It's great if you are just looking to do something quickly in a hurry, or if you're maybe new to paper crafting, this is a great place to get started. So with that, let's get going. Okay, as we dive in here, I just want to talk a little bit about what we have and what comes with this file when you go to make when you make your download. So as you can see, we've got the pieces that are actually going to make the card, but we also included for you some little sentiments. So these can be put on the on this little pull-out tab slider, or there's a couple other spots that they also look really nice, and I'll point those out as we go through the video. But we have just different celebration type things, best wishes, thank you, happy birthday, all of those are here for you. So I've already assembled these. These are just two layers. There's a white layer on the back. I've got a maroon layer here at the front to give it the contrast. Super easy. We just did that ahead of time. And then the file also comes with this set of little cooking implement embellishments. And these, just like the sentiment, these are entirely optional. As you can see in our first demo, we've done it just as a very plain card, but it can be a lot more fun if you add a little bit more decorations to it. So that's what we have: a chef's knife, a whisk, a rolling pin, and a little wooden spoon for you to use. Oh, and I do want to point out, the file also comes with a 5x7 envelope ready to use. So this is sized perfectly so that you can just put your gift card holder right in there and then get your postage and everything on it, and obviously seal it up, and then off it would go. So it's sized perfectly to hold this particular project. Let's talk a little bit more about this Valentine version. So if you have the Valentine version of this, you will see it also comes with its own set of embellishments, and actually the same set of cooking implements also comes with this little heart version. But the sentiments are a little bit more, they're a little more flirty, a little bit more romantic. And then the inside of it, as you can see, I've already put a sentiment in here, but the inside just has a very simple plain heart on the slider for this. So anyway, so this, your Valentine set is going to be just slightly different in terms of what we've given you, but other than that, the construction is the same. Okay, now let's get started on this. We're making the standard version at the moment, and this is the base of our card. So this is super, super easy. We're going to fold this in half. Actually, I'm going to set these things just off to the side a little bit so I have some room to work. So we're going to take you can see there's two fold tabs. There's one on this side, one on this side. We're going to fold those under and fold them under, and I'm going to take my glue. I'm going to put a little bit, not too much, just a little bit of glue on each of these tabs. And then I'm also just right up close to the open space here. I'm going to run just a tiny little bit of glue around the edges. You don't have to do this, but I just think closing it off like this gives it a little bit more polish, but you don't want too much because otherwise your slider won't slide all the way in if you put your glue down here. You want the slider to be able to move all the way inside the chef hat. So now we're going to do this, and we're going to let these tabs, just close that down, press it over here, get this little tab down and press that closed. Perfect. All right, there we go. This is the base of our hat. Now we are going to add our little decorative panels. Super quick. Like I said, this is just one of the easiest projects you could get started with. I'm going to be very light on my glue. I don't need tons, I do want to kind of get into these different little pieces here so that they stick on. And I'm going to line this up with kind of this outer edge to make sure that everything is aligned. Yep. Perfect. And then set it down. Lovely. Just like that. How easy is that? Run over with a brayer real quick. You don't have to use one of these. I just really like it. And then we're going to take one of our brim pieces and just line, you want the bottom swoop to line up with that bottom swoop. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this, just like so. And press it in. Beautiful. All right, let's do the other side. Make sure I've got this going the right way. I do. I'm going to flip it over and add my glue. All right, just like that. And you know, this gift card holder, this is great if you are giving it to a friend who is a chef or who really likes to cook, or, you know, maybe you're just, you're gifting them an experience at a really nice restaurant. This is a really great way to present a nice gift like that. And then I'm going to make sure my swoop aligns with the bottom here. It does. Flip it over to the back, add my glue, just like so. All right. You know, actually, before we dive into the next part, I did want to point out on the Valentine version of the card. So what we just did, where we added this little piece of brim on here, on our Valentine version, there is on one side of it, it has a single layer, but on the other side, you'll see that you get a double layer, one that has the heart cutouts and then the solid piece that goes right underneath it. It is exactly the same size and shape as the one in the standard version of the card. So all you will do in this case is you're going to put some glue on the back of your cutout layer and put it on this solid piece before you affix that to the chef hat card. It's just gonna it'll make it easier for you to line everything up, in my experience anyway. So it's as easy as that. If for some reason in the Valentine version you don't want to use the hearts, you don't have to. All you would do in that case is I would recommend cutting this contrasting this dark red out of the same white color as the hat itself, and then you could just skip using the heart cutout layer if you wanted it to look like this instead, because as I said, this piece under here is exactly the same as that. So now let's jump into the next portion of our card design. Wow, how easy was that? We now have our gift card holder sleeve. So let's get our pull out card holder going here. So I'm going to actually start with this first Bon Appetit layer. Now, if for some reason, though, you are gifting this to someone and, you know, let's say you're not actually putting a restaurant gift card in there and it doesn't really make sense to have Bon Appetit be the message on the inside. You could just simply use these two layers and put this together, and you can add one of your sentiments to this side of the card, and then you know, pop your gift card in on the other side. That's totally fine. But we like to give you as much flexibility as possible with the file. So that's why we have it here, but then there's also this option, you know, other than just making a nice contrast, you could use this just by itself as well. So now for this side, I'm going to, once again, I'm going to just be really kind of careful with my glue. I do want to get a little bit on the backs of some of these letters just so that the little stencil portions stick. And then I'm going to get just a little tiny bit on like the tines of the fork. Just it doesn't have to have much, but I do want it to actually adhere down when we put it over here on the burgundy piece. So here we go. I'm going to line it up. I'm lining it up down, oops. Down at the corner there. Oh, nice thing too, if it isn't going exactly where you want it, you can always reposition it or slide it around a little bit like I just did. All right, there we go. We're going to press all this down. Had a little bit of glue escape. All right, beautiful. All right, now when it comes to putting the gift card holder, the piece with the tabs on the back of this, I want to make sure that when you put your glue down, I'm just going to go around the perimeter of this, just up close to the edge, as close as possible. I do not want to get any glue on this tab here, and I don't want it to seep onto there by accident. I am going to put some here at the middle. All right, so we're going to just set this right into place, line it up, get it on there. Lovely, I'm very happy with that. And I'm going to actually just peel this up just a little bit with my thumb, just so that we can make sure those do come up just fine. Perfect, you'll be able to slide your gift card in. All right, now it's time for embellishment. So this went together super easily. As you can see, we can just slide this on in here, and it just fits right in. And so now we are going to pick out, a sentiment, and I'll show you just a few different ways these can be laid out on here. So one thought, obviously, just very simple. If you're just looking for something really quick and easy, you could just put it here on the brim or on, oh, that's why that got a little stuck there, didn't it? There we go. All right. So you could easily put something right here. That's nice. Or if you want to take some of these little cooking implements, depending on, maybe you are giving a gift to a local bakery, like a cookie shop or something like that. A mixing spoon and a rolling pin, very appropriate for a venue like that. And if this was a thank you gift, then, I could tack these down in here with some glue, and then maybe I would set this across the middle, something like that. Wouldn't that look nice when you pull that out? Or so something like that. Or, depending on what the occasion is, this would fit really nicely right here on, right here, bon appetit, happy birthday. It adds a nice little bit of layering. Or if you, let's say you want to have a nice little surprise, underneath the gift card after you lift it out, you could have something like, yes, chef, under there. So really, this is a really flexible file. We like to give you lots of options that you can use. And you could choose to just have it be plain as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But, we do want you to have options and to have flexibility so you can really customize it to what you need. And with that, that's it. How quick was that? That was such an easy, awesome file to get together. Folks, I hope you had fun making this with us. And, if you did, we really hope you will. I'm going to do the YouTube thing and say, please do hit the like button on this video, subscribe to our channel, and, sign up for notifications so that as we have new projects for you, we will be happy to share those with you. And with that, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had as much fun making it as we had fun designing it. Happy crafting!